Hello everybody, it's Numerologist Michelle Buchanan with your Numerology Forecast for March 2021. There is so much opportunity for so many people all around the world. This is such a powerful and significant time where anything can happen, and it usually does. And I can't wait to break it down and tell you all about it. But just before I dive into the forecast, I just have to make an announcement that I'm continuing my 2 for the price of 1 software numerology reports of your complete numerology chart and a 12-month forecast of what's in store for you in the next 12 months. All you need to do, for those who are interested, 2 for the price of 1, that's $25 for 2 reports. Simply go to my website, purchase the first report as per normal. It's under charts and reports, and then you click on personality profile and 12-month forecast report. Order your first one as normal, and when I send it back to you, I'm going to then ask you for the details for your second free report. All right? Right. Let's get started with the forecast for March 2021. Now, let's begin by calculating your personal year number for the whole year. We do this by adding the month and day of your birth date to number 5, or the day and month of your birth date to number 5. Really doesn't matter which order you do it in. So let's use the birth date March 28th, and we're going to use that as an example. March 28th, we're going to add that to 5. Right, so we would go 3 for March plus 2 plus 8 plus 5. And that 5 is for the year 2021, because 2021 adds up to 5. One more time, month and day of your birthday, 3 for March plus 2 plus 8 plus 5 for 2021. That adds up to 18. Now the next rule of thumb is to keep adding together any double digits until you eventually get a single number between 1 and 9. And that single number between 1 and 9 is your personal year number for the whole year. Now, in our example for the 28th of March that we added to 5, that adds up to 18. Adding double digit numbers together till we get a single number between 1 and 9, 1 plus 8 equals 9. All right, so one last time, because it doesn't matter how many times I say this, people still message me and ask, how do you do that again? Month and day, at the month and day of your birth date to number 5. Add any double digit numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 9, and that's your personal year number for the year. All right? All right, let's get started with the personal year forecast. Let's start with personal year number 1, the forecast for March. So for personal year number 1, this is a year of new beginnings for you. So this whole year is about out with the old to make way for the new. A whole fresh start, a whole new 9-year block of time. Now for some of you, it depends on where your birthday is in the year as to how obvious this new beginning energy will feel to you. We're all different. We're all at different stages of the 1 year, and it all just depends on other numbers in your chart as to how strong this will be and how obvious this will be, and when your birthday is. If your birthday's in the second half of the year, it may not be so obvious, this new beginning, until the second half of the year. Either way, this whole year is about taking action. All right, it's about moving forward with your life. It's about letting go of what no longer works for you so that you can create this whole new way of living, this whole new way of thinking, this whole new way of being. It's a year of new beginnings and opportunities. It's a year of taking action. All right, now for the month of March, we get a personal month number 4. How do we get that personal month number 4? Well, we add your personal year number 1 to the month of March, which is a 3, and that adds up to 4. So that's why March is a personal month number 4 for you in that 1 year that you are for the whole year. Now, this 4 month is saying head down, bum up. Get everything sorted out. Get the work done behind the scenes. Cross your T's, dot your I's. Take care of business. Get your shit together. Honestly, that's really what it is. It's saying get your act together. What is it in your life, or even a future goal, that you really need to get the wheels in motion and start being responsible for? What areas in your life need improving? Is it relationships, or a relationship that's sort of falling beneath the wayside that really needs your input, really needs you to take it seriously, really needs you to interact with? It might be a career goal or a financial goal. It might mean roping in your spending and being a bit more disciplined and having a financial budget. It might mean you really want to make this jump up in your career. You want to expand your business opportunities and your career opportunities. So therefore it might mean you need to upskill yourself. It might mean you need to sit there and work on the details behind the scenes of how, and create a plan of how you're going to advance your career, how you're going to improve your finances. It may mean that it's a health issue, that this is a month where you need to get your shit together and start being proactive about improving your health. Everybody's life circumstances are different, but I need you to review yourself, your personality, your personal growth, your actual life, and have a look this month, right now, today. What areas do I need to work on, and what action do I need to take? And this is the month to start getting that in motion. All right. Now you've got to know you've got to be patient this month, because it can be a slow moving energy, where on one hand you're in this whole green light, move forward, make things happen, but the 4 is saying slow and steady wins the race. You know, you can sometimes feel like it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And you can sometimes feel like you want to go for a run, but you're wearing concrete boots. So the desire's there. You've got the physical ability to take the action, but it's almost like the universe is making you wait. And that's okay, because there is such a thing as divine timing, and the universe knows more about when and how and what's going to happen than you do. So your job is to get out of the way. Your job is to have a plan. Your job is to take practical action, but not force it. Take practical action, set everything up, and then trust, let go, and surrender the process to the divine. There's a saying in woo-woo spiritual circles, and that is, let go and let God. Do the setup, do the work behind the scenes, and then let the universe, the divine, the higher power, God, whatever you want to call it, take care of things from that point on. And so, yeah, trust the system. Have faith in yourself, have faith in the universe, and just get out of your own way. In the meantime, while you're waiting for things to come to fruition, so that you don't get too impatient and too intolerant and frustrated if things aren't working out in the way and on the timeline that you want. In the meantime, while to keep yourself in alignment and a high vibration, simply do things that make you feel good while you're waiting. Distract yourself, while you're waiting and trusting for things to unfold. You've got to feel good in the meantime. All right, you can't sit there stressing and dwelling on what isn't happening and getting yourself all worked up and frustrated, because what does that do? It lowers your vibration. It certainly takes you out of sync with the universal flow of life, so you will not synchronistically be in the right place at the right time. You'll be in the wrong place at the wrong time if you push, if you get all stressed out and lower your vibration. So trust the system, put effort in, but let go and let God. All right? Now, I'll leave that with you, and let's move on now to personal year number 2. This whole year for you guys is about, you've already created a new beginning. The wheels are already in motion for this new beginning last year and leading up to now as well. But this year is about making sure that that new beginning is solidified. So it's about, the seed has already been planted and watered, and now it's sprung into, and it's created, it's come to fruition and developed into a plant, if you like, or a flower. The 2 year is about watering the flower and giving it the nutrition that it needs to be strong and to survive. And that's really what you're doing. You're doing the work behind the scenes to set up a strong foundation within yourself, in your mind, so positively in your mind and your mental processes, and secure, and emotional security. This year will make you feel more emotionally sensitive than any other year. So know that there is a reason for that. It sets a beautiful tone so that any repressed emotions can come to the surface. It heightens your emotions to make it more loud, clear, and obvious to you what you intuitively need for yourself and for your life in order for you to be in harmony with yourself, in order for you to be who you're meant to be. So what happens is your soul will amplify your emotions to make those answers so clear to you. So if you're out of balance, if your life is going down a path that doesn't serve your greater good, then those emotions are going to be amplified in a challenging way to get your attention, to say, hey, you're going down the wrong path. You know, let's do a U-turn and let's go on a better path. And your job is to be open, to hear the call, to listen to your emotions, to listen to your intuition, to listen to that gut feeling, and to trust yourself and to follow it, to follow any hunches. All right? Great year for developing your personal growth, for developing your self-confidence, and for getting closer to other people and learning how to be more cooperative and more compassionate towards others, and more cooperative and compassionate towards yourself. Now, for the month of March, you're in a 5-month. And that 5-month is about anything can happen, and it usually does. It's a month of change. So if there's changes that need to be made in your life, make them. This is the month to do it. Especially if those changes are going to benefit your self-awareness, your self-confidence, and that they're going to promote a high level of self-esteem for you. So an example might be, let's say you're in a relationship or a situation that really causes you to feel bad about yourself. On one hand, it doesn't matter what situation you're in life and who you're connected with, you need to be able to feel good about yourself within yourself, regardless of how anyone else treats you. So that's first and foremost something you need to work on across the board anyway, as a whole, regardless of what the numbers say and what forecasting number you're in and what personal year you're in. It doesn't matter, but this will heighten for you this year, this understanding and awareness I'm teaching you. So understand it doesn't matter what life situation I'm in and what relationship issue I'm going through or what connections I have with others. I have to feel good about myself and have a high level of self-esteem within myself first and foremost. And that will influence the type of, connections you have with others and how they unfold. Are they healthy connections or are they unhealthy? So let's say you're someone and you're in an emotional situation or relationship with someone, or in a situation where it's not good for your self-esteem. You're not being treated in a way you feel you deserve to be treated, but you're not leaving. You're staying there. It might be a job and you just want to get that paycheck, but to the detriment of your emotional and mental well-being. You might be in a relationship where you're doing all the chasing and you're not being treated with respect. These are just hypothetical examples to get the point across, but this scenario can happen in many different sort of areas of our life. But the 5 is saying change, change, change. You've got to make a change. Now's the time to take action and make the change. And for those that need to take action but don't make the change, the universe may force that change upon you. So be aware of that. That's why it helps to be self-aware of what's going on and be proactive about making the positive changes in our life. Because when we're in the driver's seat, we're making some of those decisions and changes and improvements consciously. It's so much more of a smoother ride rather than it happening to you out of the blue and you're kicking and screaming the whole way. So take charge of your life. It's a great month to try some new things, meet new people, get out and about, be a mover and a shaker, let yourself be known. If you've got something to say, if you've got a message to share with the world, say it, do it, interact, be out and about. Great month to take a vacation, great month to learn some brand new things and stimulate your mind. Some people may feel like you've got itchy feet. You want to get out and about. You might normally be in secure situations and you might feel like you want to just go rogue. You might go, I want to break out and be free. I want to explore life. I want to get out of this relationship. I want to leave home. I want to leave that job. I want to do something random. You might get that rock and roll vibe, that I want to go out there and live my life, because the 5 is also about freedom and adventure. So good time for those types of things. And I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 3. So you guys, this whole year for you is about you learning to observe yourself, to discover what makes you truly happy, what really makes your heart sing, what really makes you feel alive, what really makes you feel like life is good, like you belong, like you found your tribe, like you're doing what you really want to do. We're not always in a situation where we're able to live our passions and do what we want in our work, but we can do it in our personal life. And some people are really lucky and fortunate, like myself, where I can do my passion and do what I love for my work. And God, trust me, I'm grateful for that and pray my blessings and thanks for that twice a day, morning and night. Thank you, universe and God, for letting me do what I love. But it's about whether you can do that in your work or whether you can only do it in your personal life until it crosses over into work that you do that you love. This year's about you getting clear about what makes your heart sing, what makes you happy. And at the same time, the flip side of that is getting clear about what it is in your life that makes you unhappy. It can be something as simple as a negative belief you have about life, other people, or yourself. And that thought is making you unhappy, but you're dwelling on it and you're thinking of it, and it's this bad habit and it's this limiting belief. It could be, I never have enough money, I'm never going to be able to do the things I really want because I never have any money, or I'm never going to find someone that loves me, or I'm never going to have a job I love, or why my family's so messed up. Everyone's thoughts and beliefs are different, but this year is asking you to get clear about what your thoughts are that are preventing you from being happy, so that you can make adjustments and change those thoughts and change those circumstances, because the 3 is about joy and happiness and living your truth and feeling that beautiful feeling of love and peace and harmony and happiness in your heart and radiating it out to the world. And so this year is sort of issues will come up that will highlight for you where you're at with all of that. It's also a year where communication is very important. Saying and expressing yourself, what your truth is, what you really think, having those awkward conversations, saying what you're really thinking and feeling to get it out, because it's much better out than in. It's not a matter of whether you say it or not, it's a matter of how you say it. And in love and if you say something in a loving and diplomatic, compassionate way, you can still say something that someone else might not want to hear, but in a very gentle, loving way. And so this year, you're dealing with those kinds of issues. It's also a year for you to be a bit more social, for you to have more fun, be a bit more creative, a bit more of a sense of adventure. The month of March for you is where you may find that issues relating to relationships can take center stage. So those can be, it's all kinds of relationships. It's not only romantic love partnership relationships. This can be relationship issues with family members, with friends, with neighbors, with work colleagues, with members of the community. And that's because you're in a 6 month for the month of March. You're in a 3-year with a 6 month. And the 6 is about being of service to those who need you. So being there for those who may need your help. Could be a friend, family, client, neighbor, member of the community. For those that work in service-based careers, it can sometimes be quite a busy month because you're already working in a service-based industry, and this is a month that increases the service level of things. Also, it's a month where you want to look at your own health and your own beauty and your own relationship with yourself. Do things that improve your health, that improve you from the inside out, self-love, all that kind of thing. It's a number where relationship issues that are brewing beneath the surface will rise to be resolved. So if you've got little niggly things that are brewing beneath the surface that you're hiding under the carpet, will come out. So have those conversations, face those issues and do what you can to improve them. It's a combination of numbers where conversations need to be had, connections need to be had, relationships can either make up or break up, where, and that, when I say relationships, I mean, like relationships with anything. It could be a conversation or an issue you have with a parent or a child or a sibling, Also, it's a good month for working on the home and doing things around the home and making sure that your living environment is as positive as it can be. So it can be maybe having a clean out, a clear out, putting a few beautiful plants in, putting some color and adding some high vibration colors that are going to raise your spirits and emotions every time you see them. So anything can do that by the, you've got an energy vibration. There's high vibration, low vibration, high vibration. It's really emotions is what we're talking about. It's our emotions that exude the strongest vibrations as human beings. When we feel something of a high vibration, which is anywhere between love, happiness, joy, and the bottom line being contentment, satisfied, just comfortable, anything in that zone is considered a high energy vibration or a high vibration emotion. You want to have more of that. You want to encourage more of those emotions and feelings deliberately, because those kinds of emotions and feelings and high vibration thoughts and beliefs and perceptions, they put you in alignment with life. And that means that you're in the right place at the right time. You increase the synchronicity in your life. You improve your health. Now, some things that can deliberately raise our vibration are doing what makes you feel good. Music. Listening to music that makes you feel alive. If you like flowers or beautiful colors or a beautiful image or painting, some people it's dance, it's yoga, it's being in the garden, it's watching old reruns of Friends and things that make you laugh. Whatever makes you feel good, do more of that, especially for this entire year, but also for this month. I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 4. You guys, this whole year for you is about getting your shit together. It's about doing whatever needs to be done in your life and in your relationship with yourself and your personal growth and personal development that sets you up and helps you to be the person you want to be, to have the life that you want to have, the kind of circumstances that you want to have in your life. So doing the work. In New Zealand we say do the mahi. That means do the work. Take action. First of all, you've got to have a plan. So you start off by evaluating yourself, your personality, your behavior, if it's a personality thing, or you evaluate your actual life circumstances and look at the circumstances of your life and get clear about what's not working or what you'd rather have or what you don't want to be and you don't want to have. So first of all, you sit down, you evaluate that, and then you come up with, right, here's a list of these things I want to improve or change. Next thing is you create a plan. What's my plan of action? What steps do I need to take to get from A to Z? And that's what this year is basically asking you. Now, for some of you, it may be just a tiny minor thing that you'll be working on this year. Something small like, I just want to expand my business out into a new area, just in a small way. Other people, it's like, I need a whole life overhaul. I've got to get rid of these idiot people that I'm holding on to that aren't good for me. I need to improve my health and fitness because I'm living in an unhealthy lifestyle, and I need to work on my saving because I keep blowing all my money and having nothing to show for it. Everyone's different. Some will have big stuff to work on, some will have little stuff. And then some of you will have things you need to work on right now today, and then everything's easy and sweet and nothing needs any work for a few months, and then boom, something else crops up further down the line this year, and then you're back at square one working on that new thing. So everyone's circumstances are different, but this entire year is saying do the work, take action, get your shit together. All right? And be patient and don't force things to happen, because it can be a slow, heavy, dense, moving year. Now, the month of March for you is a 7 month, and that's saying go within, go within, go within. So for the month of March, you're going to be living your life as you normally do, as you normally live your life. But the 7 month is saying try and spend some quality time alone in silence if possible, so that you can contemplate questions, the big questions in life. Who am I? What's the meaning of my life? What makes me feel good? What do I want? What do I not want? Have big think about your past that helped to get you where you are now. Use this time to change your perception that everything that's happened in your life is a life experience. No, life is not a conspiracy against you. We came to learn and grow, and these are the areas that I'm growing and developing in. My past is my pattern of growth. It's not a conspiracy against me. Everything is as it's meant to be, even if it's challenging. Go deep, go within, spend time in nature, get healthy, work on your health and well-being. mind, body, spirit. It's definitely a month to dive into your mind, body, spirit. Take up meditation, visualization, breathing exercises, whatever your thing is. Some of you are into yoga. Some of you are into none of the above. But hey, maybe just a bit of walking in somewhere where there's some sort of nature around you. It can be a tree. It can be sand. It can be anything, a public park. Nature, animals, music, all those kinds of things. Holistic well-being, look at alternative therapies, online workshops of sort of woo-woo and mind, body, spirit and personal growth and spiritual development, all those kinds of things. Also a month reading and studying and learning, online learning, books, podcasts, TED Talks, anything like that that's going to fill your heart, mind and soul. That's what we want for you this month, because that will build a strong inner foundation. So it's like the whole purpose of your year is to build the strong foundation within yourself and your actual life in the physical world. The 7th month of March is saying, let's start building that foundation from within. So the more work you do on the inside, the better your circumstances are going to be in the outside, in the physical world. So March is saying, go within and start there. That's the hub of the whole unit, the heart and soul of all that you are, which of course your life circumstances are simply an extension. They are an extension of you. So that's what's in store for you for the month of March. Take it easy, make some time for rest. Try not to be too distracted with phones and people and, phones and devices and work, and try and make some space for yourself, okay? It's really, really important, especially this year. All right, I'll leave that with you, and we'll move on now to personal year number 5. This year for you guys that are in a 5-year, you're always going to be in sync with the universal year number, because your personal year number will always be the same as the universal year number, which is otherwise known as the world year number, because the world has a number of its own, and we get that by 2021 or whatever year we're in. So 2021's a 5, which is why this year for the world is a 5. Well, your personal year number is a 5 as well. So you get a double dose of whatever that universal year number is. And that's a 5. And 5 is about change. It's about progress, movement, and change, where anything can happen, and it usually does. So it's a really cool, high vibe energy where things are fast-paced moving, things come from left field, some are really exciting and charismatic and adventurous, and some are a little bit, are challenging, and it's like, where the heck did that come from? Whoa, didn't see that coming. But again, we learn and grow so much. We come so much further when we're facing a challenge, and we come out the other end as a learned, more wiser, evolved being. So remember, we all came here for challenges. That's part of the human experience. That's one of the reasons we chose to incarnate on planet Earth, is because of how much growth can be obtained here, because it's such a crazy, wacky place to frickin' live, There's just so many hard lessons that humans can go through, but we can knock out so much. We can have a big leap of growth and evolution just from one lifetime here, and that's why we choose to come here. And so, progress, movement, and change. What needs to be changed? What do you want to do differently? What do you want to let go of? What new opportunities are out there for you? And this is a year to take the bull by the horns and really be open to that. See it as a magical thing. Even if you didn't see something coming, it's like, hey, I didn't see it coming, but let's just ride this out and see where it takes me. Life knows what it's doing, and it's your job to trust it. Now, for the month of March, you're in an 8 month. And I cannot stress enough how dynamic this combination of numbers is. A 5-year with an 8 personal month. These numbers are both very much anything can happen, and it usually does. The 8 is a very powerful manifestation number based on what you think and believe. So you're going to be really, really disciplined about what you allow yourself to think and believe, and don't allow it to be anything detrimental or negative. Yes, we came to have challenges in our life. Yes, life can be hard. Yes, bad things can happen to good people, but try not to take it too personally, as personal as it is. It's simply an experience. So this is a great time to learn to detach emotionally from some of the challenges of your past and some of the hardships and misfortunes, because when you see them as gifts of opportunity to grow and to leapfrog from that challenging experience into the great wide world of opportunity where you're a much stronger, wiser, better person from that experience, that's where the magic happens. And 8 is a manifestation number that is very strongly governed by the law of cause and effect. And it's a very powerful law of attraction energy that says you attract what you focus your attention on the most. You attract what you believe. What you believe to be will be. So therefore, you need to make sure that what you believe is that life is working for you. You're going to be okay. What goes up must come down. You will land on your feet. The universe is looking after you. The answers are coming. The opportunities are coming. You're going to be okay. It's very, I cannot stress enough how much you need to be positive all the time, but especially in this combination of numbers, because this is a very magical combination. So if you do believe good things are going to happen to me, it's going to be okay, you watch the magic happen, because it will. It might take a bit of time to show itself. You might not find the results of these opportunities coming for another year, but it doesn't matter. You need to believe they exist, because there are things happening, good things happening behind the scenes, and it's your job to make that belief stronger and more dominant than your belief that life sucks and that things are not happening for you and that you're useless and that it's all just one big mess. We need you to not think that. Your dominant belief is that things are happening for you, you're okay, everything's going to be okay, and dreams do come true. All right, budget your finances, try not to overspend this month. Be aware of what you're thinking, because whatever you're thinking, you're manifesting, and that energy of manifestation is amplified in an 8 month, which is the month you're in for March. So I'll leave that with you, and I will move on now to personal year number 6. So this entire year for you guys is about relationships with other people, relationships with family members, friends, romantic relationships, partnerships, marriages, all that sort of thing. The community, neighbors, anyone that's a person that you can have a relationship with, even pets, animals. This is a year to be there when you are needed, to be that shoulder to cry on, but also to work on your own self-care also, and your own personal growth, and your own self-love, and your own relationship with yourself. It's a year that relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface can come out, rise to the surface to be addressed this whole year. This is a year where relationships can make up or break up. This is a year where people can meet someone new. This is a year where matters of the heart will be, in the forefront. So first matter of the heart is your own relationship with your own heart. Do you have a healthy heart? Is your heart open, forgiving and compassionate? That's the first place to start. That's the first place that we need to go to improve our relationships with others. It's our relationship with ourselves. It's about having a healthy level of self-esteem, having good boundaries and healthy balance between giving and receiving, but also understanding that humans are just human. We make mistakes too. Everyone makes mistakes, and accepting the imperfection in ourselves, in others, and in the world. All right? The month of March is a month of out with the old to make way for the new. So it's a 9 month, and that's a month of endings. Endings, completion, and transformation. Things may come to an ending for some people. For some, it could be something simple like the end of a contract of a temporary job that you had. It could be the end of a training program or a course that you've been doing. It could be the end of a friendship, the end of a relationship, the end of a job. The end, for some people, it's where all of your life circumstances are exactly the same, but it's the end of a way of living or thinking or feeling or being. So you might be working on the way that you view a situation. You might be looking at a whole different perception and how you've perceived your childhood or a past relationship or yourself. Everybody's different, but it is where you go. That energy is where you go from the chrysalis to the butterfly, and you're preparing for this whole new beginning of whole new opportunities. But first we need to cross some T's, dot some I's. We need to, wrap up a few things. You need to, some people, it's a really good combination of numbers to have a big clean out and a spring clean at home. Around the garden, do some gardening, tidy your home up or just make some renovations and, that kind of stuff. But for you personally, it's letting whatever needs to be let go. And some people will have changes and endings forced upon them that you didn't see coming, but trust life. Life knows what it's doing. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't be afraid of taking a leap into a whole new unknown, because you know you need to leave the past behind or the present behind. So I'll leave that with you, and I wish you the very best. And I'll move on now to personal year number 7. So this is a year for you that is life is calling you to go within. Go within. Listen to the voice of your soul. Get to know yourself. Work on your personal development. Become self-aware. Become mindful. Ask yourself the big questions. Who am I? What's the meaning of life? You know, what do I want? What do I not want? What are the universal laws? What are the secrets and mysteries of the universe? What's really going on out there beyond the physical, beyond what we can only see with the physical eyes? There's so much more. This is a year where the work you do on yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, will benefit you in the outside physical world moving forward. So it's actually a very important, very significant, very powerful year where the work you do on you in your relationship with source energy, especially a good year for you to develop a relationship with whatever it is that you believe the higher power is. Even if you're not really sure that there even is a high power, but you have some sort of instinct that maybe there is, build on that. Solidify that relationship. It's like a relationship with a human, an actual person. The more energy and effort you put into it, the stronger that relationship's going to be. And that's the same with your relationship spiritually. Whatever you believe that higher power is, it doesn't need to have a label or a name. The tag or whatever you call it is irrelevant. It's about really finding a place in your heart center that really believes there's something there, and feeling it in your heart, and knowing that you can call on that in your time of need, knowing that that is the fuel to your fire, more so than anything you can ever do in the physical world. It's funny because we spend so much of our life thinking, I'm going to do all these physical things and take all this action and do all these physical things to achieve my goal. And if that doesn't work, then I'll pray. But it's really the other way around. It's you go straight to source energy first. That's the mothership. That's the real big kahuna of what's really going on here. And you go there first, and then you take the physical steps and do the physical action. The more in alignment and harmony you are with the higher power, the more intuitive, inspirational guidance you will download, that you will receive of the next logical steps to take, the most accurate actions, and the most intuitive guidance of what to do next, what to do, where to go, who to speak to, how to let it all unfold. The more, it's funny, you could work work smart, not hard, guys. Build your relationship with the divine, and you'll be divinely inspired of what action to take, and then go take the physical action. Make things easier on yourself. That's where your real self-esteem comes from, because when you know that you are an extension of source energy, that is your home, that is your mothership, and you're just linking into the mothership, you're saying, plug me up and let me download that beautiful golden white light energy of love and light. I do that every morning when I'm meditating. All I do when I'm meditating, to be honest, for those, meditation's not a big thing. I make it easy for myself. I listen to this beautiful piece of music. If anyone wants it, let me know. I'll put the link of the beautiful piece of music. It's the HZs, like they measure music by HZs. In terms of the frequency of the music, it's a 639 angelic harmony, angelic choir vibration. And it's beautiful music, and all I do is I put that on in my headphones. I hold my 2 most powerful crystals, and 1 in each hand, and I close my eyes, and that music is so beautiful. It goes straight to my heart. I literally listen to it, and I feel like I am being nurtured by angel wings, and I feel so love in my heart. Like my heart is radiating love, and I just beam that love out into the world. And I visualize golden white light coming through the top of my head, and that golden white light is from source energy, and it's basically just filtering in through the top of my head, seeping through every cell of my body, and it's pure love. And it's making me strong, it's building my confidence, it's healing my body, it's sending love out to the world, it's helping me to be able to have faith, trust, and surrender to whatever God's plan is for me, to be of service in this world. I don't know what I'm meant to do and where I'm meant to go, but the universe does, so I'm asking to help me to just surrender to that, and just be in alignment, and just follow that next cue of where to go, and and trust, and be so connected to the system. And I'm not sitting cross-legged. I'm not in a lotus position. I'm not saying Om, and I'm not doing certain breathing exercises, and I'm not looking at a flame, and I'm not on a mountaintop. I'm lying in bed with my cozy blankets, My dog's curled up beside me, reaping the benefits of this beautiful energy that's radiating off me from the meditation. And I'm listening to beautiful music for about 40 minutes, and it's just pure love in my heart. And that is all I'm doing. And so if you want to make it easy for yourself and you're not into ohms and breathing and sitting in a lotus position and meditation doesn't work for you, find a piece of beautiful music and listen to that, because it's about the feeling and the energy that you're in and the vibration that you are in rather than anything else. Okay, that's the important part. And you guys are in a 7 year this year. So this is a year that you can really benefit yourself and your future and your life circumstances by solidifying that relationship with spirit and the divine, as well as working on your personal growth. Looking at the personality traits within you that need improving and taking responsibility and being disciplined in making those changes. That's what this year's about for you. Spending quiet time alone, getting out in nature, making time for contemplation, away from devices, away from people, away from the hustle and bustle of life. Vital that you get down and you make time for that in this year. Now, for the month of March, it's a 1 month for you, which is all about new beginnings, new opportunities, and it is a good vibration to make things happen. So be proactive. Have a look and see, what new projects do I want to start? What new actions do I want to take? Could be, I want to start exercising now, or I want to start taking up Pilates now, or I want to start writing that book, or I want to start working on the garden, or I want to start cleaning up the spare room in the house or the garage. Doesn't matter what it is. This is a new beginning for you in March. Fresh ideas, fresh approach, and you should have the energy to want to be able to do it as well. So, green light ahead, good time to take action, and a good time to look for some ideas of new, fresh ways of living and being and doing. All right, I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 8. So for you guys, you are in a year where it's a very powerful law of attraction year. The 8 is very strongly governed by the law of cause and effect, and the law of attraction, where you attract what you focus your attention on the most. The most being, you can't be positive about something that you want to improve or attract in your life. You can't be positive about it for 15 minutes a day, because in that 15 minutes you're visualizing, and then the other 23 hours and 45 minutes you're frustrated, you're impatient, you're annoyed that it isn't in your life yet, because you attract what your dominant vibration is. You attract what your dominant amount of time and emotions are about a topic. And just being positive and believing that something is possible for you for 15 minutes isn't enough to make it happen. It's not enough to bring it into fruition. So the law of attraction states you attract what you focus your attention on the most. So you therefore need to make most of your attention and beliefs and thoughts and emotions the majority of those need to be on the side of the belief that it's possible, on the positive side. You got to do things deliberately to help yourself believe these things are positive. So be aware of what you're thinking. Be aware of your negative thoughts. Be aware of your limiting beliefs, which are, this is a year to get clear about what you really believe about yourself and what you really believe about life. What are some of your beliefs? You might have a belief that says, I can't trust anyone. Everybody's out for themselves, and everyone will throw you under the bus or betray you if they get a chance. Other people have beliefs that are, I never have enough money. I never will have enough money. Everybody's rich. Everybody's got money except me. Other people, it's like, I could never do that. I'm not good enough. This is definitely a year for you to get clear about, what are your beliefs? What do you believe? What things do you actually believe that hold you back in life? And you don't even know it, because you've never taken the time to even get clear about what your beliefs are. You're just going through life blindly like a robot or a sheep. But now's the time to stop yourself in your tracks and go, hang on a minute here. I don't want to just run a program. I want to get clear about what I'm actually believing and projecting out into the world, because really I'm attracting based on that. So if I'm attracting life circumstances based on what my program is, what's my frickin' program? And start getting clear about that so that you can reprogram yourself, reprogram that subconscious mind, and start creating a better you and a better life if you want that. And you need to be responsible, because that is very, very strong around you this year. You're going to attract what you believe to be. You're going to attract what you focus your attention on the most. So be smart, be disciplined, and monitor what you're giving most of your thoughts and beliefs to. In the month of March, you're in a 2 month. And that is a month where you might feel a little bit more emotional than you normally would. And that's okay, because the reason for it is your emotions are being amplified so that it can be made very loud, clear, and obvious to you in an emotional way what you need, what you don't need, what's good for you, what's not. So it's almost like heightened emotions help you get clearer about what you're thinking, about what you really feel, and what's good for you and what's not, so that you can then be aware, you're more aware. And in your awareness, you're able to take action and create things in a better, things to be more to your liking, to set things up to what you'd rather have. Also, the emotions are heightened so that any repressed emotions can come to the surface to be released. So we want that heightened emotion to kind of purge out what we don't want to carry around anymore. All right, what our higher self is saying, oh, I'm ready to get rid of that now. I'm sick of carrying it around all these years. Let's just get it out. Kind of pop that pimple, if you like. Get rid of that nasty stuff. Let it come to the surface so we can get out of it. Get it out. Other people, it's more in a positive way. Oh my God, your heart is open. You could meet someone special. You could experience love and connection. Other people, if it's not a romantic thing, you might get closer and have some real bonding experiences and bonding encounters with friends, or, find someone in a work capacity that really gets you. You're on the same page and you can do some negotiating, and through cooperation and teamwork, you can achieve some really cool stuff. Even if it's just brainstorming, getting some ideas. It's a month where you want to be more cooperative and more patient with people. People might wind you up the wrong way. You might get rubbed up the wrong way. You're going to have to try to bite your tongue, be a bit more compassionate, diplomatic, understanding, and kind. Also, be understanding, compassionate, and kind towards yourself. Now, this combination of numbers may also rise to the surface and bring to your awareness beliefs you have about yourself that are not very nice, so that you can turn around and go, stuff that for a joke. I'm not buying into that bullshit story about myself anymore. I am so cool. I am so much better than that. You see? Those things can happen too. So definitely ride that wave. Have an open heart. Be patient, kind, tolerant. Also, by the way, it might be a slow-moving month for things to come to fruition that you're trying to make happen. Know that it's being slowed down for a reason. Do not push things. Do not force things to happen, or they may not work out the way you want if you force your will on the divine plan. Trust the system. If there's delays, there are meant to be delays. The universe knows what it's doing more than you. All right? So let go and let God. I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 9. Personal year number 9, this whole year, big year. Last year, it's the last year in a 9-year block. You've been in a 9-year block of time, and this is the last 9th year in that whole 9-year block of time. The last one, where you go from the chrysalis to the butterfly, where you have these big aha moments and go, whoa, that's what's really going on. Now I get it. Wow. Or by the end of this year, look how far I've come. Jeez, I really nailed that. I did so well. I'm so proud of myself. Look at me. Wow, that was a heavy thing to go through, but look, I made it, and look at me, all running around all leaps and bounds, bouncing off the ceiling because I'm so proud of myself. You're not going to know yourself by the end of this year, and so, be proactive. Whatever you know you need to work on, be proactive about it. Don't wait until the shit hits the fan and you've got no choice but to then sort things out because you didn't do anything yourself. You waited till it happened to you, and then you're like basically picking all the pieces up. You be in the driver's seat. You be smart enough to know what you need, what actions you need to take to improve things. Sometimes some people have obvious endings in their life. It might be moving house, or the end of a friendship that you've grown out of. Might be an end of a period of time where you are looking at a career change because you've outgrown that kind of way of, that kind of industry, all those sorts of things. And other people can have really small things happen, like, the end of loving, of making golf your number one hobby, and now it's tennis. It could be the end of eating sugar, the end of being a meat eater and going vegetarian, those kinds of things. So it could happen in big and small ways. And this 9-year energy is really cool because it's opening doors for you, and don't be afraid of walking through them. So this is a year to really be courageous and confident, and to know that life knows what it's doing. Remember, we all came here as human beings on planet Earth to learn, grow and evolve. That's our life purpose. Nothing else. To learn, grow and evolve. How do we learn, grow and evolve? Through things that happen to us. We didn't come here to sit still and be this exact same person for our whole lifetime, did we? And what is it that shapes us and makes us evolve and helps us to be better people and helps us to grow and learn? Challenges, that's what. So get your head around that. And every time you're faced with a challenge, don't go feeling sorry for yourself and think that life's a conspiracy against you and be victimized by it. Say, this is just an experience. This is what I signed up for. Now we're down to business. Now I get to grow. You got to change your perception. This is the year to change your perception. Go up a gear. Raise that conscious awareness. Understand the universal laws. Go back to your roots, which is your soul. Understand your higher self, your life purpose. Get big, get deep, go deeper. Because your soul, your higher self is ready for it. You're ready to go, and you're ready to graduate the lower ways of living and being and go into this higher frequency of a higher understanding and awareness, reaching a higher level of conscious awareness. And so, you ride with it, you be in control, and you will have a freaking awesome year. And I'm in a 9-year too, and I'm really looking forward to this year, even though I know there's going to be some challenges. There always is for all of us in every year, and it's got nothing to do with how positive, how good a person we are, and how spiritual we are. Shit's going to happen to all of us, and my job is to simply believe, and you should make this your mantra too. People say to me, what do you want? What do you want in life? And I'm like, well, I've thought a lot about it. One of them is I'd like a swimming pool, because when it gets hot, I'd rather have a house with a swimming pool so I can cool down. I want a house by the sea one day. And those are the two physical things I want, a swimming pool and a house by the sea. I'd like a bit more money so I can do whatever I want when I want, which isn't really much, to be honest. The only things I really like doing are like hobbies, like spiritual woo-woo workshops and hobbies, and travel. And that's pretty much it, really. Oh, and I'd like to meet a really nice man, the right man for me, when that time comes. But God knows what he's doing, so the universe and God will send him when he's meant to come, so that will take care of itself. But really, do you know what I want number one more than anything? And this is my big thing. I want to be able to develop a soul with stamina, as Carolyn Mace would say, build a soul with stamina. I want to have a soul with stamina and have worked so hard on myself and my personality and my ego that I can handle any challenge that comes my way and not feel victimized by it, not be disempowered by it, not go down to the depths of hell over it, not lose my shit and want to smother someone or run them over with my car because of it. And to not feel like I can't, and to not feel like I am helpless and hopeless and I can't get through it. That's what I want. My number one thing is to be so resilient and so confident, courageous and strong that I can handle whatever life sends me and not lose my shit. That's what I want. That's my number one goal. And this is the year for anyone with a 9 to want the same thing, if that's your thing too, as well as all those material things in the physical world. Now, for the month of March, this is a month where we're going to be a lot more social. Might not necessarily mean new people. Some of us are going to meet new people, or one new person, or, a few new people. Everyone's life circumstances are different. Some people actually have more social lives than others. Some other people listening to this are in a small town in the middle of nowhere, or in a smaller town, and there's really only a handful of people and not really much opportunity to meet new people. But it can also mean spending more time with the people you already know. All right, so either way, it's about more interaction. You know, you can have more interaction with people even online. You can join a chat group. You can be doing a course online where people are asking questions and you're doing sort of learning and connecting with people through studying. You know, there are so many ways we connect to people these days with the internet and all those kinds of things. But the 3 is saying get more interactive. Express yourself more. If you've got something to say, you need to say it. This is a month where we want to get things off our chest. Communication is important. Saying what needs to be said, having conversations, having some more fun. So the second half of, second important thing about the 3 month that we're all in for those of us that are in the 9 year, is doing more of what makes us feel good, because number 3 represents joy and happiness and laughter and fun and creativity and love and beauty and childlike innocence and the simple things in life that make us feel good. So this month, my advice to anyone in a 9 year, in the 3 month that we're all in, is have fun. Do what feels good. If you love music, listen to more music. Watch funny movies or reruns of Friends on Netflix if you have to. Spend time chatting with people or being around people that lift you up, and you be an uplifter of others. Spread joy, spread fun, joke a little bit more, have a kick in your step. Notice how beautiful the flowers are. Notice how beautiful the green trees are. Find the joy in life. Focus on what's good, not what's bad. Focus on what's right, not what's wrong. Be optimistic. Know that by doing so, you're raising your vibration. You're in a high energy frequency. And what does that do? It puts you in direct harmony and alignment with life itself. That frequency is the frequency of life itself. That is high vibe, good shit right there. And the more time you spend in that space, the more you will attract better health. You'll attract more opportunities in your life. You will attract creative solutions or solutions to problems. You will get through challenges quicker and easier. There are so many benefits to feeling good and doing things deliberately that make you feel emotionally good. And you have no idea. Well, a lot of you do, because you're pretty onto it. But some people have no idea, and they think, doing things that feel good and hobbies and music and dance and that's such a time waster. I've got all this other boring, mundane, stressful, physical stuff I need to do that's more important. It's like, good luck with that, because, the high vibration of doing things that make you feel good is going to make you have better outcomes with some of the hardest, stressful, anxiety, frustrating physical things you have to do anyway. You'll be able to do it in a much more effective way if you brought in some of the joy. Like, it's crazy how we get things around the wrong way, but we're all learning, aren't we, guys? And this information is becoming so more widely known now. As we are going to a higher frequency in the planet, everyone on the planet is able to reach a higher level of awareness, and part of that reaching a higher level of awareness is the information I'm talking about now is becoming more readily available and more widely known in the mainstream, and that's what it's all about. So that's why it's such an exciting time that we're living in now. So I'll leave that with you. I wish you the very, very best for March 2021, and remember, if you need me, I'm here. Just contact me through my website. Take care. Love and blessings. Bye.